Hello and welcome to Spring Winter Forge Alliance Forever. We got a ladder match on a ladder map, Emerald Crater, 20x20 land map, and in the top, in the blue Cybern is Dreamself, and in the bottom, in the red, is TA4life, Dreamself also known as Mr. Aesthetic. So, Aeon versus Cybern. The T2 land change in the last patch has actually, I think it's the biggest, the most major change actually to gameplay in the last patch. I mean, obviously bombers are very different, but I think actually the T2 land change has had much more of an impact. You see a lot more T1 land now, like a lot more, and this map is a T1 land spam map. I've heard that it used to be a very tech heavy map, but it's really not anymore. Definitely T1 spam map, and yeah, so starting out we have second air. Up here we have second air. Just get some adjacency. Why not get adjacency? Oh well. Yeah, so we got labs for TA. Labs are really nice. You basically have to assist these expanding engineers with tanks and scouts, especially if you're Aeon, of course. But it's really dangerous. You do not want to lose these energies to labs, which has happened to me before. That's pretty cool. Bit safer, but he's gonna mass stall, so it's gonna be super fucking slow, unfortunately. It's one thing, it happens to be on Forbidden Pass a lot, where you go for that edge build on the expansion with 4 mexes that you have to walk around normally, and well, it's a good idea, but if you've mass stalled, then you're just extremely slow and it's not worth it. But still a good idea, and it looks like it's gone pretty quick. Yeah, it's just a slight mass stall. So, you got this set up. He's going PD, factory, radar, PD, factory. No radar there queued up, it seems. Yeah, another choice. I'm not really sure how to deal with these 3 mexes. You can build a factory, you can build a mech, well, you obviously build the mexes, you can build a radar, or you should build a radar, but do you build PD or do you build a factory? That's the real question. I'm not sure. Maybe you should always do both. And you just build, well, you probably build a factory first then. Anyway, let's see where the ACs are going. TA's going here. I guess he didn't look like he went. Didn't look like he moved to here. He just kind of walked past. So he's gonna take this. No, some engineer has that queued up. In fact, he's gonna walk past it, but he's gonna get raided in the center position, and those orders disappear. So it's this NG who had those queued up. It's yeah, now he'll get it himself with this ACU. Another NG going down. It's a really nice raid. This lab has got 2 kills. There's 1 kill on an engineer. I'm not sure why. Oh, that was the engineer who built this factory, I guess. Not sure where he was headed to. Oh, TA needs to stop building so we can kill these mantis. This is very annoying to have mantis in these expansions. Yeah, he's just gonna try and save this engineer. That's a good move from Tia. And a mantis over here as well. That's very annoying. He needs to get some bombers out to deal with them. Yeah, there's a bomber. are quite good at cleaning up these raids. And yeah, let's see where TA goes. I would expect him to just move across. Maybe he wants to secure the middle, but that's much more difficult than just securing this expansion, because it is 4 sets of mexes, quite spread out. In terms of eco, it looks extremely similar. Slight advantage for aesthetic, because he has grabbed some mexes on this side, and TA has... oh, he actually has a couple of mexes here as well. Very few factories in TA's base. You see they're kind of... ah, this must have been the ACU building these, I guess, as he went along. Just paused to make a factory whenever he had the mass acquired. This map is still not dealt with, and he might just grab another kill here. Here comes the Mauer to finish him off. Tia now pushing into this position. This is a really good position to attack, because, well, he has some army with him, which you always need. You really need to always have army with your AC on this map, because Mantis could just overwhelm you. He just needs to get in here. Oh, another PD goes up. That's very annoying. If he just moves over here though, to this side, reclaims the factories, then it's easy from there. Did eat quite a lot of PD fire before taking that down. And he's not... okay, he's coming back for more. He should just get rid of all these factories to remove them, because Dreamself can't really... kind of needs these to spend his mass. Okay, he's trying to make a PD now instead. Don't know if that's a good idea. On the right, this factory should die to such a group of Mantis and some Medusa in there to do a bit more damage. And there's no PD, so this looks quite dead, and there's no such attack on aesthetics expansion on the left. Yeah, quite hectic. Hard to use Aurora in their most effective way on such a map, because there's so many fights on, and there's, you know, 100 little groups of Mantis everywhere, so you can't always kite. You just have to try keep your Aurora bunched, try and keep them in pretty significant groups, so that even if Mantis come at you, they can't actually defeat your Aurora army. So just keep them together, and actually if you push with a large group of Aurora, that's much better than trying to catch lots of small Mantis raids. If you have 10 Mantis coming at you and you need to kite perfectly with your 9 or 10 Aurora in 5 different spots on the map, that's going to be really tough. So you get a big group of Aurora and push with them, that's a lot better. Here we see just a bad formation and just being a bit slow to kite, and the Mantis get nice kills there. On the right, getting a factory before getting a PD, that, I think that's definitely a mistake. Unless he has enough Mantis, he needs to just... I don't think he does have enough Mantis unless he runs over this very fast. Would definitely have gotten a PD there, more valuable in that situation. TA only now bringing up fervors, and distinct lack of micro here. A lot of reclaim here, and I don't... you do see some engineers coming out. Yeah, Aesthetic wants to grab this reclaim. Should be a factory attack move over here, I think, from TA. And actually a lot of reclaim here. Those look like planes. Is that from planes just rallying into here maybe, or not quite sure. So still this is unclaimed, although Aesthetic does have more units and a couple of engineers over here, so he should be able to take it. Mid, definitely looking in favor of TA. This BD is pretty amazing. It's actually controlling quite a lot of reclaim, but there's still stuff to grab. In terms of air, we haven't seen too much airplay. I think, yeah, 15 inties, no T2 air. Did see T2 land there. Quite a few more inties for Aesthetic, but almost half of them out fuel. Here we have, we almost built a shield gen first by accident. We do have obsidians coming out. I think that's a bit strange. I would probably go for Blaze because they're so much faster, but definitely obsidian is a much better tank. One shots all T1 tanks. Also one shots all T1 mobile A, now that they have more HP than T1 tanks. Still one shots them. Here we see an air fight. Dreamself didn't have his inties together, so he loses that fight. And here we have Aurora's kiting. With an air battle raging overhead. And yeah, you can see how well the Auroras do. Three kills, 6 kills on that dude, 6 kills, 1 kill, 3 kills, 2 kills, 1 kill, 4 kills, 2 kills, yeah. That's the other side of that T2 HQ change, raising its prices. That definitely gives an advantage to Aeon. Has to be said, because Aurora are just unquestionably the best T1 tank. Yeah, you can bomb them and they die, but they're still the best tank. If you put them against another tank, they win, so they're the best. Couple that with the Obsidian, one of the best T2 tanks, and then obviously the Harb, one of the best T3 tanks, especially in the early stage where it matters the most. So Aeon, yeah, Aeon OP. Here we have an idle T2 HQ. I think where you need to see T3 pretty soon. We have some mass in the bank to work with. Pretty nice income. Some T2 mexes. So that's strange to have it paused and then assist the upgrade. Not sure what that's about. Ooh, nice. This attack move is pretty nice, but the Medusa shots are landing. That's one thing you can do, mixing more arty versus Aurora to try and negate some of that range and try and stop them from using attack move, because they will just die in droves as they bunch up to those arties. Obsidian rolls in with some flak. Everything here should die. Looks like TA can actually take this now that he has a T2 tank around. Back here we see a bit of an air base. No mechs is upgraded here yet, but it is nice to build some stuff in these plateaus, and so if you put factories there, then they're more ready to defend drops and stuff. If you just have 3 mechs as Hydro and maybe 1 factory and a radar, can be quite easy to kill and even take over for your opponent. so much T on land. You see, just no switch up from Mr. Aesthetic. He's just making T on land and he's making T on air, and that is that. Some bombers coming out, quite a few bombers. Pretty late to be making bombers versus these Aurora, because now it's actually obsidians out front. But he is taken back mid. There is actually a T2 HQ. That's too far forward for my liking. I'd much rather just get the T2 factory and make a support factory in the front. Get the T2 factory in your base somewhere a bit safer, because yeah, it's quite dangerous. But now, TA4life, does he have T3 land done? He does. There's a harb. Where's this harp gonna go? Looks like he is doing something weird. Gone to mid. Over here we have the obsidians dying. There's just, oh wow, a lot of bomber damage. And also they're getting stunned by Medusa, and there's just too many mantis. So that should be quite nice chunks of reclaim there. You see almost 300 mass, and some of them others got overkilled by Medusa and bombers, so a bit less reclaim. But TA has taken the right. Aesthetic still just has the left and has never been challenged on it, but he is also taken back mid, so it's pretty good for Aesthetic, but he's still just making mantis. And yeah, the problem with putting your T2 HQ up front is that when you want to make a T3 HQ, it's also going to be up front, and you need time to tech. That's the key resource you need to make tech, is time. And if your HQ is on the front, you have less time, quite a lot less time. And a harb can kill a HQ very fast. 300 damage per second, and that's 7800 HP, so that's not many seconds. You can do the math if you want. Here's a drop on the right. Would have liked to see this a lot sooner, because there are 0 defenses total on this right hand side plateau. I don't know how this army got over here, but here it is, and it's just gonna get cut out, killed, leave some reclaim. Corsair comes in to snipe the flak. I don't think that was really necessary. Just cost the Corsair some health is all. Swift wins. Yeah, Mantis winning air as usual. And this harb looks a bit lost. He how many units are here? Okay, over 100 units. That harb just standing in the middle of it, and it's getting pummeled by Medusa shells now. And oh no. Oh god. That is really sad. Don't see that too often, a harb just dying to Mantis Medusa. It's a great thing to watch. So TA has T2 air. That's where is the HQ? Here it is. Just making swift winds. I don't see any gunships. And I don't, oh wait. Oh, I do see gunships. There's another T2 factory. Also has 8 harbingers. So damn, that's a lot of harbs for Aesthetic to deal with. Let's see, has T3. 66%. He's quite far behind, so he sees that there's harbs. So he thinks correctly that he needs to do damage. He needs to punish the tech. But the problem is the tech is already out, so his window is kind of half missed. And oh, this PD is killing all these mantis. But he should take out this factory. He can probably kill this, although 3 PD will slow him down significantly. This is nice though. The problem is the Medusa are slower than the Mantis, so the Mantis need to just reform for a minute before they all run into this PD and die. And TA is probably going to throw up as many PDs as he can. And then he can, oh, he's actually dropping a harb, that's nice. TA could also just snipe the Medusa with the gunship, and then that would be that. The Mantis are useless. Even if they can take out one PD, there's a harb there. So 10 harbs out now for TA. I guess he lost a few then, or a couple. And there's a lot of reclaim. A lot of reclaim all over the map. Let's see who has more reclaim. Aesthetic, 25k. Almost double. I guess he got most of this mid reclaim. He's now leaving his expansion as it begins to die. I think that's a... guess he's afraid of gunships. He has no T2 support factory here, so no flak on hand. Also does not have a T2 ACU to make a shield or to just build a T2 support factory. And yeah, harb and gunships will just clear up all this, and that's a mass donation for TA. Oh, another harb goes down to Medusa. Madus Medusa. OP confirmed. And we have 4 harbs, 3 loyalists. I think we know who's going to win that fight. 5 harbs, in fact. And wow. Oh, they all survive, and there's like 4 shots between them. Would kill them all, I think. The gunships doing pretty good, but flak. The only flak here is actually for TA helping to defend his gunships versus interceptors. That's pretty cool. That's one way to use gunships when you don't have air control, is to just... you can have an army and just keep them right next to the army with the flak in it. And then you can use gunships to push. Which is, well, it's quite interesting. Quite fun to do. And a bit difficult. You just can't afford to lose your flak is all. Now harbs pushing in, they're just gonna kill all of these. Ooh, some overkill there. And all the loyalists are dead. There's more coming up, but yeah, that is a problem for Cybern trying to deal with. Aeon here, I think you need insane APM to deal with harbs, because I mean, you can make loyalists, but then you have to make sure you have enough loyalists. If you don't have enough loyalists to beat the harbs, then the harbs will just win, get vet, regen their shields, and then reclaim your loyalists. And then you're proper fucked. So you obviously want to use bricks, because they beat harbs better than loyalists do, really, if you use them correctly. But then you're gonna have to drop them all over the map to actually defend the harbs, or you're gonna have to win air and use T2 air. The problem with winning air is obviously Aeon have shit wins, OP shit wins. So good luck winning air versus them. So I guess all you're left with is just Corsair snipe your enemy. TA isn't too hard to snipe. Some players are really hard to snipe, but actually usually higher level players are not as difficult to snipe, to be honest. Well, I mean, like 1900 players are usually very careless with their ACs. They just kind of expect that they're winning and then suicide. It's quite a common phenomenon. So how do you beat Aeon here? Well, good question. I wish I had the answer. Also play Aeon, maybe? Okay, here we go. Oh no, awful micro. Swiftwinds are in behind, and that is a total air wipe. There's so many Swiftwinds. That is a retarded amount of Swiftwinds. Like 50 Swiftwinds. And a T3 mechs. Nice, I like it. See, you could just make T2 mexes all over the place here, and that would be more efficient, but it's only more efficient as long as you don't lose them. This looks done. Now Harbs just killed every single loyalist in mid until now, actually. Just need to kite a bit and he can still escape and bring in more reinforcements. Keep kiting. Okay, he stopped kiting. It's unfortunate. These gunships are gonna try and kill T3 support factories. Still, those 3 harbs are alive. Okay, 2 now. And yeah, I mean, look, you can see just how ineffective Loyalists are. In fact, the Mantis, oh, oh my god, no way. Get the second kill, go on. Yes, I love this game. Watching Harbs die to Mantis made this game worthwhile. Unfortunately, there's 2 Harbs in Static's base, killing everything. Screen fucked up for last 10 minutes. Really classic UI lag. Lol JK. Static just taking the piss a little bit. Oh well, has to be done. And there he goes. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I do think the game dynamic has changed in more T1 since the increase in T2 upgrade cost. Now that has made Aeon a bit better, but I actually like the style of game that we see. Less T2 land, less very fast T2 land, a bit more spamming, a bit more units to control. And yeah, that's a pretty nice game. TA just eventually, I think the faction advantage is just showed up. I mean, we saw all the 31 kills on the Harb. Guess he's just killing mostly Mantis, but yeah, we saw the Harbs versus the Loyalists. Also didn't help that the Harbs came out so much earlier than the Loyalists. I mean, there was maybe 8 or 9 Harbs out before T3 land was finished for aesthetic, so that's probably what won the game. I mean, really. And eventually, yeah, eventually TA got this and managed to hold on. The fight in mid was probably the most interesting part. Quite very prolonged, basically lasted the whole game. And yeah, GG, nice win for TA.